Hey everybody, this is Darkside Elite. I'm doing another video on this movie in front of me, Child's Play. This is a reboot of the original movie that came out. Oh man, how long ago did this movie come out? This was a very, let me see. Just hold on. There it is. The first Child's Play came out in 1988. Man, I was 8 years old when this movie came out. But the movie did a really good job at the box office. It was very very good. I think that um for the time that it came out, it got a very strong cult following because this movie came out around the same time as um this movie came out around the same time as like the Freddy Kruegers or the Michael Myers or the Jason Voorhees movie. So that's why Chucky is considered one of the biggest slasher cult following movies of all time. And um and to really get into this movie, the whole this whole thing started in the first movie where it was about voodoo. So we learn a little bit about Chucky, but his name was Charles Lee Ray, and he went by the name Chucky, and he was a serial killer, and he put his soul inside of a doll, and inside of a doll to escape being murdered by Detective Mike Norris. Now they show throughout the whole thing that he was already evil, so it was like, okay, I mean, he was already evil, so there was no way of us understanding that there was something more to it. So they basically had him kill all these people, and then poor little Andy, who basically was a little boy who just wanted a good doll, he got basically framed for the crimes and got messed over. And so me personally, I was okay with it, but by the time we got to number three, um, he wanted. Let me see. I think number three. Hold on, let me look this up because there was number three was kind of weird. Um, yes, I think that he wanted to put he wanted to put his soul inside of Andy's body because he felt that that Andy is the perfect person for him. And yeah, yeah, that was the movie. Yeah, they that Andy, he wanted to put his soul inside of Andy's body. So they destroyed the body, and he's supposed to be dead, like literally completely dead. And yeah, that was kind of strange. But they then they this movie, they did something different, and I think they did it much better in this remake, mainly because of this. They basically made Chucky not the soul of a serial killer. Basically, this doll was corrupted from the very beginning, and yeah, he did something very messed up, and in the construction, and this is supposed to be, honestly, um basically they wanted to do something a little bit different with the Chucky doll and show um that he wanted to do something a little bit different, and that was perfectly fine. I think that the way they did it in this movie was a little bit better than having the voodoo thing, because then there's no way that they could truly get rid of Chucky. Um, so in this movie, Chucky is more like a Siri than anything else, and it was a high technological doll that's supposed to be a friend for Andy. Now we meet Andy as a he has a disability, and and he's in a pretty messed up household. I mean, his mother is not like ignoring him, but she's pretty much with a dirt bag. But she cares about him and loves him, and the boy kind of wishes the guy goes away, but Chucky is there for him, and you see a lot of the growth of the care and the love between this doll and the child, like it is in Toy Story, but in a more twisted way because the doll is looking at the situation and he's trying to help. He's trying to be there for the they're trying to do something a little bit more friendlier, and then show that that Chucky got more and more and more twisted over the whole situation and becomes the serial killer that we all know him to be. And I think that was a lot better. I think that was a lot better, and it shows that they did a really good job with it. They constructed it to be a lot better. Um, to me, this is a lot better than the first movie. I think they did a really good job. I think that the growth of Chucky's character into becoming the serial killer that we all know him to be from the cult movies is much better to me. It's much better. Now they said that Mark Hamill does the voice. I've listened to Mark Hamill's voice. I could tell Mark Hamill's voice, but he did such a phenomenal job with the voice of Chucky. I could not tell that was him. That's me. Other people could, but I couldn't. Until he started becoming more menacing. The more he became menacing, that's when I noticed his voice. Because his voice, when he becomes menacing, he kind of throws in the Joker, or Firelord Ozai, or the Hobgoblin, or the voices of the villains that he's done over the years. You can slowly start to hear it, and I think they did a really good job of it. But when he was more childlike and trying to be innocent, you can't really tell, and it feels like it's somebody else, and that's really great. That shows his acting prowess, in my personal opinion, and his voice acting ability. But they did a really good job with this. I was very entertained. There were the dark humor, the clever kills was very well done. I like how he was able to do some of the things he was able to do. It makes sense. In the first movie, he just was very clever in killing them using a knife, using a butcher, using a steak knife. So, but in this one, it was way better how they did it, and it showed cleverness because there was no way for them to actually get these crimes. There was no way until the very end, and then it all comes out. But I think they did a really good job. I think that I think that people should watch this movie. It literally made 3 times its budget. This movie's budget was only $10 million. It made 31.2. This is not a flop. It is a great success. I think this movie might end close to around 40, maybe 42 million. It might gain a little bit more. It came out June, so I mean, it's already been about 2 weeks. Let me see. It's been about 2 weeks. No, 3 weeks. It's about to be about 3 weeks, and the movie's gonna be fine. I think Lars Klevberg did a really good job with it, and I'm wondering if they're gonna do another movie. If they're gonna do a sequel, I think they need to really do something a little bit more sinister with it. I think they need to but don't make it too grand, but keep it grounded and personal, and that'll be really cool. But hey, that's my my review my star system on it. Out of 10, I give this a good solid 8. There was a lot of things in there that I felt that it needs to build up on. The situation with Andy, you could tell that the little boy was a little overacting. Aubrey Plaza did a good job. She annoys me off screen, but hey, she didn't annoy me on this screen. She played that type of millennial mom, young millennial mom. But they did a good job on a lot of other things, and I still give it up. I think that Mark Hamill did a really great job with this. He went from innocent to sadistic in like no time flat. This movie is only 90 minutes long, which is perfect for this type of movie. It does not need to be longer. If it was longer, you would be just stretching things out way too long. They need to just get to the kills, get to some of the story, and then get to the ending. They don't need to extend anything out. But this is an 8. It's a good 8. It's a solid 8. Out of the realm of horror, this is a really good movie because this is a reboot that a lot of people felt that was going to be bad, but this was not bad. This was not bad. In my personal opinion, this is better than the original. This is much better than the original. I hope that they bring in Brad Dourif. I hope they bring in the original voice actor for the original actor for Chucky and have him in the movie. If they do that, that would be awesome. That would be awesome if Brad Dourif was a part of this. And I hope that they do a little bit more. And because the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street and the remake of Friday the 13th was not that good. And the remake of Halloween was the first movie was receptive, but the second movie was really bad. Then the sequel to the full sequel to Halloween was not that was pretty good, but it tainted a lot of it tainted a lot of people. But this one, a lot of people was going to throw this out, but they did such a good job to me. You guys would be very, very well entertained. If you love horror and you like cult films, this is a good one. This is actually a good one, in my personal opinion. But I hope that you guys enjoy. This is my review. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.